Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends once again. Thank you for stopping by. So, part 3 of the Tamiya Top Force custom build, and it's really starting to take shape now. If you've not checked out parts 1 and 2, please do. I've taken my time with this build and tried to sort of log everything, every stage as much as I can. So, part 3, all the custom parts, all the carbon parts are now fitted, gearboxes are done. And today is about fitting all the alloy parts. So let's get cracking. So, already this morning I've built the front and rear turnbuckle setup, and I've also done the steering turnbuckles using the, I think they're called titanium TRF Evo turnbuckles, which are completely different looking, and they've got the adjustable nut on. But I just think the silver's going to go very nice with the alloy. So as I say, we've got front and rear alloy arms to fit, we've got front and rear alloy hubs, we've got the front C hubs, and then we've got the blue anodised hex wheel adapters. We've already got the aluminium steering on, which we had to mod. So I'm really hoping, because I know this alloy stuff is not the best. Obviously, this is I'm building this as a show car, but I'm sort of fingers crossed there's not going to be too much slop when I start fitting it. So I think the first thing to do is we'll unpack these rear arms and we'll stick them on. These just go through rods. It's exactly the same as the standard Top Force with circlips at the ends. So let's get cracking with this. Right, so I've got the first one on, and there's a little bit of play, but it's not too bad. Obviously the rest of it's got to go on. So all we need to do, got a circlip on one end, just thread that through slightly, and then just get your finger on it and push it all the way through, like that, so it comes out that end. And then get rid of a circlip on. So let's do that now. Right, the moment of truth. So I've already put the ball end on, and we've got this good to go. So I'll try do this with the camera in front of me. So that sits through like that. In fact, let me just stick this circlip on. Right, I put that circlip on now. So that's good to go. So we've got new bearings. I'm really cringing because it's like, is this all going to fit properly or not? Is that in? It feels like it is with the bearing on. Right, that's a decent fit anyway. Right, drive shaft in. Okay, that's not too bad at all. So this is a turnbuckle. I don't think these are going to be set up correctly, because these towers are slightly different. So I'm probably my angle on the wheels is going to be out, which is not a biggie. I'll just have to adjust it all, but obviously we'll do that when the wheels are on. That's that one on. The drive shafts in. Let's see if we can get this on. Sorry, I'm obviously doing this trying to film, which is never the easiest. I don't want to scratch anything. Let's just get this on here. Okay. That noise is just the front diff because the drive cups are not in. Oops. I should just turn the camera off and do this, shouldn't I? Right, make sure I haven't scratched, which you haven't. Excellent. Look at that. Oh, anyway. God, that looks good. That looks so good. Wow. Right, I'll get the other one on now, and then we'll go from there. Well, I have to say, I knew how this would look in my head, but it looks actually way better. That looks the biz. Little bit of slop, but I can't really remember what the original was like. And obviously the shocks have got to go on, which is going to strengthen it up a little bit. But dimensions wise, it all seems to go together pretty well. As I say, the standard setting on the turnbuckles is out, as you can see. The further down, so they're going to need adjusting, but that's a last job to do. That looks so cool. I'm very, very happy with that. So now it's the front end, which is a little bit more involved, because obviously we've got the alloy C hubs to fit as well, universals and the steering arms. So let's open the packets up and get cracking. So that's the front arms on. Obviously this just fits in with the U metal bracket, there's no circlips needed, and then that gets held in place by the bumper, which we've done. Didn't go for a new bumper, probably should have done, but something we can change later. The only thing I have noticed, where the rear's got a tiny little bit of slop and they're nice and free, the fronts, they're free, but there's a little bit of friction there, and I've put them on dry as well. Now obviously, as you know, I'm waiting for the alloy bulkhead cover to come, so I'm kind of wondering if that's going to free up slightly when that comes, and that's going to look so much better when that's silver alloy as well. And obviously the whole point of that is for this strength here, because if anyone does run this buggy ever and they crack that, well, the alloy's not going to break, it's going to be this plastic. So obviously the idea of a bulkhead cover in alloy is it just gives it that extra strength. So next job, I need to open the C hubs or C cup hubs and the cups themselves. But I'm gonna first of all take the UJs out of the original and start having a look at the different screws and stuff, and then we'll go from there. So as I said, this side's a little bit more involved. So I've put the C hub on. Again, that's just standard fitting with the bar and the circlip. It's nice and free, no slop on that one. Obviously I've had to fit all the different ball joints to it, and I've put the new bearings in as well. So in theory that goes through like that. The UJ goes through and then clips into a drive shaft. That's the wrong way around. Oops. And then that sits in like that, pretty much, using the original screws top and bottom. So I'll fit this now off camera, and then we'll fit the two turnbuckles, the suspension arm one and the steering one, and then it'll be in position. Right, that's that one side done. Oh god, it looks good. It looks so good. I think the silver turnbuckles have worked a treat as well. Yeah, very chuffed with that. So yeah, the movement's super smooth, and there's not much slop in there, to be honest. And the great news is, what I was worried about, is the steering seems to work. We look to have loads of movement, so spending that 40 minutes on this, bodging this steering up, has definitely paid off. Well chuffed with that. So yeah, let's get the other side sorted. Right, front end done, complete, all super smooth as you would expect. Well, I didn't expect actually, but it is. There's no slop on the front end. Obviously, as I say, we've got that bulkhead to fit when it arrives. So steering wise, very chuffed. We've got full movement, so that means we can keep the alloy steering on. But that is absolutely awesome. Let's have a look at the full thing. That's popping now. Very chuffed with that, very chuffed indeed. Right, let's figure out what's next. Right, next stage is get these alloy wheel adapters on. These are the style where they've got a screw with an Allen key head to tighten them up and keep them on. which is pretty cool. So let's bang these on. Right, wheel adapters on. Everything's working as it should. And very smooth. Absolutely love it. I've really enjoyed this build, which you would expect, wouldn't you? Because it's completely different. So we're at a crossroads time. It's whether we fit the shocks next or have a look at this centre one-way and just get it on. I think we'll go for the centre one-way, and then that car's pretty much complete. So let's have a look at it. So this is super easy to build up. It's got a hex on that side for that gear. Washer goes over, one-way bearing, which you need the lip to the front. You can feel it in action there. Then the actual bevel gear itself, which goes over. And that just pushes. That gap's correct on your standard gear. Obviously it's moulded in one go, but that's what it does. Obviously only allows one-way movement, and then you get your two bearings, which goes on there and on there, and that is that. Now obviously, I'll just whiz this out. This is the old gear out of the Top Force. You can see it's got the line now, but obviously that doesn't matter. So this is the part where I do need to grease up, and then we'll set it back in. Just pop this out. So I was just checking if it had those small bearings underneath. It need those caps, but it's obviously it's just the bearings fit straight in. So let's get this into the car and greased up. Right, so that's the car basically finished. Got the centre one-ways all working perfectly. So I'm quite aware that this video's rattled on a little bit, so we'll end this part 3 here. We've got left to fit the shocks, the choice of wheels and tyres I'm going to be using, and then we've got to set the body shell up with the decals I've got for it. So it's still a little bit of work, and I feel a little bit under pressure now with the shell, because the shell's got to match this, because you don't want to go to all this cost and work and then put a shell on and it just looks bleh. So I need to think about that. Anyway, that has turned out an absolute treat. I'm really happy. So once again guys, thanks for watching, it's much appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you can please consider liking and subscribing to support us, that'd be awesome. And as always guys, happy RCing.